today onwards, no matter you guys are in first year, second year, third year, or in your final years, I'll give you a roadmap. Try to follow that up, and if you will follow that, even if you are in your final year or first year, okay, no matter which end you are in, but within 6 months, you will be so capable that you will not just be able to take your on campus placement, but you will be so very confident कि यार ऑफ कैंपस प्लेसमेंट तो कभी भी हो जाएगा. एंड जब ये ऑफ कैंपस प्लेसमेंट का कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है, जब जॉब लेने का डर मन से निकल जाता है, दैट इज व्हेन यू कैन you can feel free to apply for any top IT company. And if you are going to apply for top IT company, see, एक चीज क्लियर होनी चाहिए माइंड में बहुत ज्यादा, what you are preparing for. क्या आप एक 4 लाख 5 लाख 7 लाख का प्लेसमेंट एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो खुद से, या एक 15 लाख 17 लाख 20 लाख का? Cause the one who is expecting a package of, let's say, or who is preparing for a package of 5 to 7 lakhs ka basic college placement, honestly saying, cannot get a placement into companies like the top IT companies which pays 20 lakhs 25 lakhs. वो possible नहीं होता. You have to aim that big, you have to prepare for that level, and you have to take that fear out कि यार आज तक किसी को देखा नहीं, मेरे सीनियर्स ने प्रिपेयर किया नहीं, या किसी का वहां पे मैंने प्लेसमेंट होते नहीं देखा मेरे कॉलेज से, तो मैं कैसे ट्राई करूं? जब तक ट्राई नहीं करोगे आप लोगों को नहीं पता चलेगा कि ये चीज कितनी ज्यादा इजी है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग ये हार्ड है. दिस इज so very easy that you can achieve it any day. But to achieve it, what you have to do is just do the structured preparation for some time. Consistency required होती है. Okay. उस कंसिस्टेंसी के साथ एक प्लेसमेंट मटेरियल होता है जो आपको फॉलो करना होता है. अगर वैसे फॉलो करोगे तो इजीली हो जाएगा. एंड आई थिंक जैसे जैसे आज मैं मटेरियल बताऊंगा उसके बाद रीजंस भी बताऊंगा मैं क्यों चीजें बोल रहा हूँ, तो आपको थोड़ा इजी लगेगा. इट विल मेक सेंस टू यू गाइस. एंड इफ इट डजंट मेक सेंस, please write it in the chat box. Okay. And before starting or discussing the material, let me tell you for which profiles I am going to discuss. Honestly saying, I don't discuss for profiles like web development or front-end development, because if you see in India, the average package of a web developer is roughly around 2.5 to 3 lakhs. Okay. Whereas you see, average package of a DevOps architect or a software development engineer, a cloud engineer, a machine learning architect, they are around 12 to 17 lakh. This is an average package. I'm not talking about the highest. Think about the highest. So, prepare करना है तो मैं frankly बोलता हूँ, and this might be a little bit different view from what you generally hear, that go behind your passion को follow करो, लाइफ में मजा आएगा, ये आएगा वो आएगा. अरे कुछ नहीं आएगा. कुछ क्यों नहीं आएगा? when you go into the top IT cities, let's say Bangalore, Pune, okay, Hyderabad or Gurgaon, these are expensive places to live. Okay, and when these are expensive places to live, you need good amount of money in your pocket, not just for yourself, but for your status, for your loved ones, for your family, and just to maintain that routine life, you need good money. If you're not having that money, passion को खत्म होने में 4 दिन नहीं लगेंगे. उसके बाद ये देखने लगोगे कि जॉब कहाँ पे स्विच करूँ, कहाँ पे अच्छा पैसा मिले. इससे अच्छा एक बार में अच्छी जॉब ले लो. और लाइफ में जब जॉब लगती है, मैं आपको एक फैक्ट बताता हूँ, लाइफ की कुछ बातें, ये शायद आपको आज तक पढ़ाई की ही बातें आपसे करी गई होगी, लेकिन पढ़ाई के पीछे का जो एक इंटेंशन बताया जाता है वो शायद ना बताया गया हो, तो एक बार मैं सोचा डिस्कस कर लो आप लोगों से. सी गाइस, रियल लाइफ में थिंग्स कैसे वर्क करती है. Let's say you get a package of today 6 lakhs, okay, which is an average package, okay, very average package for a tier 2 or a tier 3 company. Okay, now 6 lakhs, say, how much time you will think, you think it is going to take for you guys to reach to a package of 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs, somewhere around that. Just think. Okay, if you want to write in chat box, it's okay. If not, just think among yourself. How much time do you think it is going to take? 6 to 7 years, 3 to 4 years. Okay, you guys are kind of right. See, on an average, एक जो increment होता है, okay, in IT industry, the good increment is considered to be of 30%. Now, let's say even if you guys get 30% increment every year on 6 lakhs, you can calculate how much time it is going to take you to reach to a figure of, let's say, I'm not even talking about 20 lakhs, let's say 15 lakhs, एक bare minimum package. आपको यहाँ तक पहुंचने में भी कितने साल लग जाएंगे आपको पता है, बट वही अगर एफर्ट्स, थोड़ी सी मेहनत और खुद में थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस आप दिखा दोगे, अभी 6 महीने में वो चीज कर सकते हो. एज ए स्टूडेंट आप इतना आगे निकल सकते हो. फिर उस 15 लाख पे अगर आपको इंक्रीमेंट मिलता है, वही सेम आप मान लो जो भी इंक्रीमेंट लेके चलते हो, सेम परसेंटेज लेके चलो, एंड यू कैन सी आपका कितना ज्यादा प्रोग्रेशन हो रहा है. सो दिस इज व्हाट माय एम. अगर आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तो अच्छी चीज के लिए करो, बड़ी चीज के लिए करो, और इसीलिए मैं आपको प्रोफाइल्स भी आज ऐसी ही डिस्कस करने वाला हूँ. एंड वन ऑफ द इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ दिस टॉपिक इज दैट which profiles you should prepare for. So currently in market, openly telling you guys what are the profiles. One is the development profile. Now for development profile, you can call it SDE, software development engineer. Some companies call it as SWE, software engineer. Some companies also have it as backend engineer, or MTS. You might not have heard for it. MTS is member of technical staff. Now these all are more or less same things. Second profile that you can prepare for is a cloud engineer, or a cloud architect, or a system administrator. Cloud engineer, cloud architect, or a system administrator. The third profile or the third domain that you can prepare for is a machine learning engineer, machine learning architect, a data analyst, or a data scientist. Okay. The fourth profile that you guys as a fresher can prepare for is DevOps engineer or DevOps architect, site reliability engineer, SRE. Okay. Solutions engineer. Now these are the profiles, or automation engineer. Some companies also take it under the heading of computer scientist. Okay. Now these are the profiles which I believe as a fresher you guys can prepare for. There are equally good opportunities in all top IT companies for all of these profiles, be it Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Flipkart, Uber, Arcesium, DE Shaw, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Nutanix. Okay, so Cisco, there are more than, literally I'm saying there are more than 30 plus top IT companies that have multiple number of openings for all of these. And these are the top IT companies, 30 plus. There are other companies as well. Okay, now if you are going to prepare for these many profiles, you have higher chances of being selected. Now the problem is currently you guys are just learning data structures, which means सिर्फ एक प्रोफाइल के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो, एसडीई के लिए, वो भी कंप्लीटली नहीं कर रहे, क्योंकि कंपनीज की रिक्वायरमेंट या एक्सपेक्टेशन आपसे कुछ और है, बट आप ओनली और ओनली डेटा स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ रहे हो. Now just think, see, I have no grudges towards learning data structure or programming. It is important. I'm not saying it is not important. It is very important, but there should be a right way to learn it. Currently, if you don't know things about it, and if you're just doing programming, that is not going to help. Okay, you have to know a little bit things that are here and there along with programming. That is when you are becoming a really good developer. Okay, or that is when you increase your chances of being placed. होता क्या है, I'll tell you guys. Currently you guys apply to SDE profile, software development engineer profile, which is just one profile, and you will see 95% of your class students applying to the same profile, which means competition increase हो गया, right? And ना सिर्फ इस बार आपका competition increase हुआ है, but you didn't apply for other profiles. Now let's suppose you might have applied for DevOps profile or a cloud engineer profile. तो अब एक तो आप अपने चांसेस सेलेक्ट होने के सीधा डबल कर देते हैं, एसडीई प्रोफाइल के चांसेस, सेम फॉर क्लाउड इंजीनियर प्रोफाइल के चांसेस. दूसरा, आपके प्रोफाइल डबल से ज्यादा आपके चांसेस क्या होते हैं, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी देयर आर लाइक 2 to 3% स्टूडेंट्स अप्लाइंग टू अ क्लाउड इंजीनियर प्रोफाइल, टू विच यू आर आल्सो अप्लाइंग नाउ, विच मींस वहां पे कंपटीशन कम है और आपके सेलेक्ट होने के चांसेस वैसे ही ज्यादा हो जाते हैं. तो आपके चांसेस इस बार सेलेक्ट होने के डबल से ज्यादा है. एंड दिस is how you guys crack a placement into top IT companies. But the problem is अलग अलग प्रोफाइल्स के लिए प्रिपेयर कैसे करें. स्टूडेंट्स को देखो एक प्रोफाइल के लिए तो प्रिपेयर होता नहीं है, टाइम पास करने में लगे रहते हैं. प्रिपेयर कैसे करेंगे? प्रिपेयर करने में it is just two things required now. See, now when you guys understand about companies, you guys understand about profiles, and you guys understand about why you should work hard. Okay, life में ये कितना important है. अब जब उस चीज की समझ आ गई है, let's talk about कंटेंट. क्या अब इसके लिए प्रिपेयर कैसे करें? क्योंकि बोलना इजी है, सुनने में अच्छा लगता है कि यार 15 लाख 20 लाख का पैकेज मिल जाएगा, महीने के 1.5-2 लाख इनकम आ जाएगी, बट इसके लिए प्रिपेयर कैसे करें? डज इट रिक्वायर वर्किंग हार्ड? यस. इज द प्रिपरेशन कंटेंट वेरी हार्ड टू लर्न? नो. तो प्रिपरेशन कैसे हार्ड हो गई? इट रिक्वायर्स कंसिस्टेंसी, इट रिक्वायर्स डेडिकेशन, इट रिक्वायर्स समवन टू पुश यू. भैया कोई पीछे जब तक डंडा लेके नहीं पड़ा हो तब तक आप लोग नहीं पढ़ोगे. ये बात मैं भी जानता हूँ, आप भी जानते हो. मतलब मेरे टाइम पे मैं भी करता था, इसलिए मेरे को पता है. ओके, नाउ with that being said, the first thing that you guys have to learn or start your learnings with is theory of operating systems. Okay, now after learning operating systems theory, it will take you hardly or roughly around 10 days. Okay, 10 days is more than enough time to do that. The second thing that you guys should pick up is networking theory, the computer networks theory. Okay, 1 week, way more than enough. You guys can be an expert in networking theory. Now, when you guys know the, let's say, OS theory and networking theory, it is good time to start with practicals of operating system. And when we talk about practicals of operating system, can anyone tell me or write in the chat box which operating system will pick up?
Linux.
Okay, people are writing Linux. That's nice, guys. Yeah, we are going to pick up Linux, not Windows, for the reason being more than 98% of the corporate stuff, okay, or the things are done into Linux only. So yes, we will be working on Linux practicals. Now, is there anyone who has till date not ever used any let's say flavor or any version or any type of Linux, any distribution? Yes, 1, 2, anyone else? 3, 4, 5. Okay, we are having a lot of people. Okay, let's stop this question. How many of you guys are here, okay, who have never used a Android phone? Everyone used an Android phone? Okay, I can see two hands raised. See guys, if you have never used an Android and if you have never used a Linux, then you can say that you have never worked on any type of Linux. But those of you who have worked on Android, it is pretty interesting to know that Android is also a type of Linux. Okay, but इसका मतलब ये नहीं है मैं आपको एक हफ्ते अपने फोन के साथ टाइम पास करने का बोल रहा हूँ. You have to learn different type of Linux, the Linux that companies use for their purpose. Okay, so you can work on either, let's say, CentOS or on Ubuntu. My preferred version or my preferred flavor, what I'll say is work on Ubuntu, because mostly the companies use Ubuntu flavor. Okay, now after learning 1 week of Linux, let's do a little bit deep down into technologies, and we'll move towards cloud platform. Which cloud platform we are going to pick up? Anyone? Any suggestions? Azure. Okay, and okay, some are saying AWS and Azure. So there are votes for AWS and Azure. See guys, what we are going to pick up. पहली बात तो गूगल वाले के सामने AWS Azure बोलते हो, सीरियसली कमाल करते हो यार guys. But okay, it does not mean that if I was from Google, so I'm going to say Google Cloud. Nothing like that. What I will be saying is use AWS, for the reason being, if you research also, you'll come to find that 75% of corporate data or the corporate usage of cloud is of AWS cloud, which means अब जिस भी कंपनी में अप्लाई कर रहे होगे या तो वो AWS पे काम कर रही है या there are mostly the chances that they are using some other cloud along with AWS, which means there is a hybrid cloud deployment. Just a minute. Yeah, which means there is a hybrid cloud deployment. तो AWS तो वहां पे है, which means you can use your skills in the interview, you can show them your skills. So you have to learn AWS. It will take you 2 weeks to learn AWS on a decent level. After learning that, the next thing that you have to move to, okay, is a little bit more core into technologies. You'll try to go a bit deeper. And when you try to go a bit deeper, you'll move towards containerization. Now, who knows the name of the tool used for containerization? SQL is for database, Vishal. I'm asking for containerization. Okay, just a minute. I'm getting a call again and again. I believe this is due to some important reason.
Recording stopped.